5 people in front of the goal.
All right, they called it offside there, so now it will go back to St. John's. Getting back to Mueller, number 7, the little midfielder, they compare him to Jerry Reardon, and that's quite a comparison. Jerry, of course, the midfielder with Adelphi University, recently the 2nd player drafted in the nation by the Cleveland Force of the Major Indoor Soccer League. So you may see some future professionals out on this field today.
Oh, I expect you will.
Here's a ball that coming back to the center circle, and it's taken back by St. John's, and that's P.J. Maloney.
Now they're starting to pass a little bit.
Richie Pace, number 19, loses the ball, and now Carruthers for St. John, number 5. Mueller tackles the ball away. Tremendous skill by that player, number 7. Ball in the area, look out! And the keeper gets out to make the save. He's been aggressive off the line.
He certainly has, but if you're going to bring that ball back to the keeper, I think you have to bring it back a little bit quicker.
Certainly do. Jason Cassani came roaring out of the net. He has been very aggressive. In goal, he will punt the ball now. A high kick coming to the near side, waiting for it, and it's won by Chaminade in the air, but they can't pick it up off the pitch, and it's St. John's again. Here's Pace. Number 23, looking to set it up, gives the ball to the near side, taken there by P.J. Maloney. Maloney tries to cross it back into the area, but Chaminade all over it. It goes into touch. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more right after this. You're watching the Long Island Sports Network.
Asking the important questions, man's process of education through the ages. At St. John's, this process continues today in an atmosphere designed for people interested in a university education. St. John's offers students innovative and relevant programs in the arts and sciences, business, education and human services, pharmacy and allied health professions, career-oriented programs, and the law. At St. John's, you'll learn not only how to ask the important questions, but how to get the right answers.
You are back here in Smithtown, Long Island for the championship game between Chaminade, 14-3-1, against St. John's, 11-0-3, and you see a foul right there. We're going to have St. John's with the ball again. They trail 1-0. Here's a good look at some of the loyal fans that came out to see this game today, and that was just a careless shot that sailed wide of the goal, and we'll have a goal kick.
You know, if you have a foot like that, that's not a bad move to take a shot directly on goal, especially for that far corner.
Just make it go on goal.
When it's in, it's beautiful.
Well, you know, in all fairness, the wind kicking up here, it's going in spurts. It's not a steady wind, so 1 minute it's a little bit dead, and the next minute the gust kicks up and it may take the ball away.
I think you'll also see the unevenness of the field has something to do with the ground play.
Okay, St. John's wins the ball in the air. Here they go in the box, pushing for it, and the keeper gets it. Chasing for the ball there for St. John's was P.J. Maloney, but beating him to the ball was the keeper, Tim Donahue.
Now, P.J. has been chasing for most of the game. Now, if we can get 2 other people doing that up in the front line, we'll have a score.
St. John's gets the ball off the punt and the header, and it's Cassani. Cassani taking his time, looks to punt it away, and he's just going to punt it to number 19, Reese, but it's won away by St. John's. 19 minutes left now in the first half. And the throw in. Taken by number 24, Brian Bennett. And there's Maloney looking to set something up. John Cole said nothing doing, and he kicks it back over the midfield line.
That was a good pass by Maloney. Unfortunately, there was nobody there to receive it.
McDermott sends it to Jimmy Hill, number 3. Now Carruthers for Hill. Hill gives a nice ball off and gets it back. Header in the air. Carruthers has been winning balls in the air in that same spot in the field, and we've got a player down for St. John's. That's Paul Bernier, number 8. And the referee now will blow the whistle, and we will stop the clock.
As you know, Bob, if a player is down, and as soon as a ball goes in his direction, they will stop play. They do not want to endanger the ball players.
There's Paul. He may just be a little bit tired. He may have had the wind knocked out of him. He doesn't look to be seriously injured at all. And some of his teammates are gathering around him, and the trainer there will take a look at it.
I think he may have bumped his head going up for the header on that.
He should be okay.
We haven't seen St. John's bring the ball out to the wings, bringing it up to the right-hand side. They would ordinarily Ordinarily, you'll see them bringing it up the right-hand side and crossing it right in front of the goal. They seem to be falling into the trap of trying to bring the ball right up the middle, right into the strength of Chaminade.
All right, I think we're going to get another look now at this injury, and we'll see if we can see what happened. There they are going up, and I think
there
you're
they are,
right
there.
Yep, he hit his head, and he got a good bump on the noggin there, and he's going down in a heap, but he'll be okay. They're taking a look now at his eyes, I believe, to see if he'll respond to light. It's always good to check, make sure the player did not receive a concussion. There's a concerned Ken Germano looking over the players. See Mueller there, number 7, Danny Mueller, and rest of his teammates. All right, we're going to take a break now, and we'll be back with more when we return right after this. You're watching the Long Island Sports Network.
Good shot. Want to take great pictures? Remember these two names, Kodak and Genovese Drugstores. Genovese has a tremendous selection of Kodak cameras and other makes too. We've got most every Kodak 35mm film you want and always fresh. And Genovese photo technicians use Kodak paper for a good look. For sharp, bright pictures with Kodak 35mm film and Kodak cameras, come to Genovese Drugstores, your photo store, and so much more.
You're back, and as you can see, he is okay. Paul is walking to the sidelines, and I believe we are going to get a replacement for him.
That is a rule, Bob. Once a player is injured, he must come out so that we can examine him. He'll be able to go back in if he's deemed fit to go back in on the next substitution. But right now, they want to take a look at him on the sidelines.
Okay, let's see if we can pick up who was sent in. I believe it's number 17, and let's look up on the roster. That's Art Zarandnik. And I hope I pronounced that right. Here's McKenna fighting for the loose ball, and he goes into touch off St. John's. So Chaminade will take the throw in.
Art can be a dangerous ball player, Bob. I know he scored 2 goals against me early in the season.
And we've got another player shaking up for Chaminade, and that's McKenna. You saw him go down on that tackle, sacrificing the body. You see that so much with soccer players, going for the tackle. They give up the body to get the ball, and sometimes you get kicked. But he looks to be, let's see, perhaps he may have caught a shoe up high around the eyes. He doesn't seem to be anything wrong with his legs, and that's what went in first.
Might be in the midsection.
Well, we're not going to speculate. We don't know. And again, the trainers coming across the field. And the players gathering around. So not something you want to see at a championship game. Not only not to see the injury, but also it slows down the pace of the game. And we've been seeing a good game by both teams. End-to-end action.
It looks like his wrist. They seem to be applying some ice to his wrist.
Might have fallen down on it. There you see him. And you can see the treatment being put on. He may have cut himself. Tough to tell from where we are. All right, I think we're going to take another break now, and we'll be back with some more soccer when we come back right after this. You're watching the Long Island Sports Network.
There's a warm, friendly feeling through and through Genovese, and it's telling you we're doing everything we can do. We'd like to be your prescription store, cosmetics, vitamins, and more. 'Cause Genovese is a real drugstore. You're in a real drugstore. Genovese is a real drugstore. Genovese.
You're back, and as you can see, the player is still down on the field. Bob Pizzamenti along with brother Gary. And Gary, the player that went out before, Paul Berenier, has 20 goals on the season for Chaminade, and that's a tough man to have to lose. Hopefully he'll be able to come back.
I think he probably will be returning, but their replacement is a pretty solid ball player, as I mentioned before. They do have some depth on that Chaminade team.
4 goals and 1 assist for Art Zarandnik. And brother Gary Gaynor joining me today here in the broadcasting booth, and I'm sitting in for Barry Landers. And we're still waiting for the injured player to be attended to. 1-0 the score, Chaminade in the lead. And brother Gary, maybe you can fill in our viewers a little bit more on how both teams got here.
Well, The Catholic High School League has a playoff. The top 4 teams play off. The number 1 team, which was Chaminade this year, play off the number 2 team, which was St. Anthony's and Chaminade, tied for 2nd place. St. John's played Trinity. They beat Trinity 1-0. Chaminade unfortunately beat St. Anthony's 3-1, which brought them into the finals.
Okay.
You know, it's unfortunate that the flow of the game has to stop at a time like this, but the major concern of the coaches is the ball players' welfare, and if necessary, they will take as long as they have to ensure that a player isn't moved if he may have an injury.
Especially on this level, with a high school player, you really don't want to be in a position where you kind of just push him off the field like you may see in a college or a professional game, and attend to him there. They don't want to move anybody here. This is a high school athlete. Most of these boys are still in the growing process, and should there be any kind of an injury, you don't want to do anything that's going to give them a permanent injury.
Well, you have to be careful because a ball player in a game like this will not admit to an injury. He just does not want to come out of the ball game, so that you have to take that extra time to assess the injury.
All right, just to remind you of some of the college basketball action that will be coming up on the LISN. The Joe Lapchick tournament from St. John's University features Army versus St. John's. Also, St. Mary's versus Ohio State. That's near the end of November. In early December, look for St. John's at Columbia, Dowling versus Southampton, and Hofstra versus Stony Brook. All this and much more coming to you on the Long Island Sports Network. Okay, we're back, ready to begin action, and that's Mueller with the ball, Danny Mueller, and again a whistle.
It was a high kick. It was a dangerous play. It was a ball play within 6 feet of him.
Okay, St. John's puts it back in play quickly. The ball cleared away by Chaminade, bounces high off this pitch. It's a tough pitch, and the ball may take some strange bounces. Good move to the outside there by Pace as he goes in against John Cole, and he's tackled down.
That was a good call by the referee.
And we're going to have a free kick coming up. St. John's taking a little bit too much time, giving Chaminade a chance to set up their defense. Timmy Donahue in goal, barking out the instructions. Here comes the kick. It's in the box, and it's headed away nicely. Here's a drive by Carruthers. He missed it, didn't hit it the way he wanted to, and it's cleared away by Chaminade. A high, lofting ball back down in the midfield.
Well, Chaminade's not taking any chances in their own defensive third of the field. They're bringing that ball right out of there.
John Earhart, number 5, was the one who helped clear it away. Here's John Cole again, sending it across the midfield line. Chaminade chasing it down. Danny Federico, number 10, and now number 4, Bill Ferry. St. John's gets it back. Jim Hill, number 3. And St. John's mustering attack. Tough tackle that time by Bill Ferry. It'll go against St. John's.
Go against Chaminade.
I'm sorry, for St. John's against Chaminade.
Now this is where St. John's would ordinarily do the short passing game, but they brought the ball way upfield.
Danny Caruso was the one who put it in play. Ferry, the header, and Caruso sends it all the way down. Let's take a look at that tackle before that caused that injury. Let's see if you can see it developing here, Brother Gary.
Well, you'll see him reaching in there. He just caught the heel. He caught the instep and took him right down.
Good call by the referee. He's called a good game so far, keeping it clean and close. St. John's, Art Zorotnik, who came in for Paul Bernier, the 20-goal scorer for Chaminade. And I'm looking across the far sideline. I don't see Paul warming up, so perhaps Paul is going to rest and come back in the second half. There's Art sending it downfield to Ferry with the right foot. He tried to make a quick pass, but super defense by St. John's.
That's a nice ball.
Pace in the box, and he says
too far.
You see what happened there, the goalkeeper? You see him giving instructions. What he did that time was number 14 for Chaminade. John Jacobak went over to talk to Pace and say, hey, you can't touch my goalie. But Donahue spun him around and said, hey, we're playing a championship
game. Well, it's quite possible that Pace was looking at the ball, and as long as the ball is in the air, he has he's free to go for it.
There's Pace, 23. Long ball headed away, and it will go into touch. Throw-in coming up for St. John's. Jim Hill will take it.
I think St. John's is going to have to bring that ball out even wider. They have to bring the ball out to the touch line. They cannot penetrate the that defense, that solid middle defense of Chaminade.
Brian Bennett made a throw-in and making the run for St. John's on the near side of the field. He could not get to it. Was, let's see if I can pick up his number. It looks like number 16, Paul Hunt. Sorry, that's number 12, P.J. Maloney, who made the run. 14 minutes to go now in the first half. 1-0 Chaminade leading. And again, a throw-in coming up for St. John's. Bennett, 24. He's taking most of the throw-ins. Headed high in the air now. Who's going to win it? Hill goes up high with Earhart, and it's taken by Chaminade. Long ball.
Now we're in a foot race.
Ferry can't get to it. Good defensive play made by Brad Casino.
Once again, St. John's is going down the middle of the field, and I think their strength would be to bring it to the outside.
Let's see if they can set something up here. They've got pace on the near side. They'll be looking to switch the play to the near side, and they couldn't do it that time. Now, some close passing opens it up. There's Pace, 23. Now Hill, back for Pace, but it's headed away, and Mueller, the midfielder, sends it ahead. Looking for number 10, Dan Federico.
That's the first time I saw Hill starting to overlap from the right-hand side. St. John's is going to have to do more of that, overlap their halfbacks.
Ball comes down. Steve Weisenegger, number 13 for St. John's, maintains control. Good ball for Pace. Pace just reacted a little bit late. Almost had a 3-on-2 break. Slapped out of there by Bob Cullen. Boy, did he boot that out of danger.
Boy, if St. John's can control that ball better on the ground, they may have had a score on that.
They're getting their offense together now as they've been mounting much more of a consistent attack on goal. Hill for Bennett. Bennett loses it in his feet, gets it loose for Pace, back for Hill. Good ball control here by St. John's.
This is where it expects St. John's to cross the ball.
And they do. In the area, cleared away by John Cole, number 13. Hill bangs together with Federico, and we've got a whistle against Chaminade, so it'll be St. John's again. Coach Germano is standing up on the far side, and Coach Buchla is standing up on the near side, so neither coach now is able to sit down.
Well, it wouldn't take much to make this a tie game. St. John's has been playing in the Chaminade area quite a bit in the late part of the first half.
There's a ball in the box, and it's Donahue getting to it first.
Skipped a little bit too far.
He was looking for the winger.
Should have been Chris Pace that...
23. Here's a ball high in the air now in the area. It's going to go up in the air, and Weisenegger wins the ball. Back to Chaminade, and now Bennett clears it for St. John's. St. John's is controlling the ball. Bobby Cullen, number 6, ahead looking for Mueller. Hill stepped in front. Mueller, number 7 in red for Chaminade. Chaminade dressed in the red, and they'll decide to send it back to the keeper and reconstruct. High kick. Boy, he can kick. That's Jason Casani. Super kick.
That was a nice punt.
Now this is middle of the field. Danny Federico, number 10. Now Ferry, far side, number 4. Going against Weisenegger. Weisenegger pushed it. Ferry's crossing it in the box, and a save made. Jason Casani was right there.
If he brought that cross out a little bit more, Chaminade may have had another score.
St. John's now building it up from the back. Bennett flipping it over the midfield line. That's going to roll into touch. Chaminade will watch it go in. Let's take another look at that save by Casani. Boy, is he in the right place at the right time.
You see Casani stays on his line until that ball comes across. He knows he has to come out and get it, and he does.
His 3rd save of the game. Ball again going out of play. 1-0, Chaminade leading. Both teams, interestingly enough, Brother Gary, had said that this game will be determined in regulation time. Neither felt that an overtime was a possibility.
I can understand that. They feel that one of the teams is going to break it during the course of the game.
There's Pace, but he's knocked off the ball. Now a shot, and it hits the side of the net.
I also think that he took quite a shot there right before the play, but it was in the penalty area, and refs a little bit leery of calling penalty kicks, especially in championship games and in tight ball games.
Absolutely. You never want to be known as the guy who called the penalty kick.
You do if you're the guy who got hit. You want that penalty kick called.
Oh, sure, if you're the player, but you want these teams to play it out. St. John's looks like they're going to be going to their bench pretty soon.
The wind is picking up a little bit now. That might...
9 minutes to go in the first half, and the ball goes into touch. 9 minutes. There's a look at the man who has that responsibility, keeping this game fair for both sides.
Okay, here we go.
All right, now number 17 goes back out of the game for Chaminade. Of course, Art Zaratnik, who had come in to substitute for number 8, Paul Bernier, and Paul is back into the match, so apparently his injury is okay. All right, 20 goals he had this year. We'll watch him. Here's a ball trying to cross it through. It was headed away by Weisenegger, now to midfield. High in the air, John Jacobak, number 14 for Chaminade. Muscles his way through 2-3 players, and finally it was Brian Bennett who broke it up. Here's Pace, 23. Neat move to the midfield, left-footed pass. Nice trap. Here's Hill, number 3, near side. He's got Bennett making a run to the near side.
Oh, very nice,
In the
very
box.
nice, very nice.
Great save by Donahue. Rebound, another good save, and it's cleared away. 2 close-in saves by Donahue to save the day for Chaminade. But I'll tell you what, St. John's had 2 golden opportunities to tie the match. Look at it again, Brother Gary. Maybe you can describe it for us.
Well, you see that he starts to bring the ball into the middle. The header is missed. Okay, the goalie goes down, can't hold the ball, but you'll notice that the Chaminade team all gathers around the ball. They're not going to give anything away. If you're going to get a goal on them, you're going to have to force it.
P.J. Maloney was the man who broke in there, and oh, that was so close. Great save by Donahue. That was an impressive save. It may have looked a little bit easier than it was, but I'll tell you, that was a hard save to make. Mueller tries to control. He's bumped off by Bennett. Mueller's got his work cut out for him. He's a small player, the smallest one on the field, and Bennett a lot bigger. And when those two come together, you know who's going to win that one.
Well, Mueller is living proof that you don't have to be a giant to play soccer.
That's right. Anybody can play soccer. You don't have to be, it used to be the old days to play sports, you had to be gifted with an athlete's body. It's not the case in soccer.
More and more, you're going into the training methods of upper body strength, as you do in all sports. But it's still a place for anybody who has the skills and anybody who wants to play.
Ball loose in the center circle. Weisenegger, number 13 for St. John's.
You notice how St. John's is starting to slow up play. There are 2-3 passes. They're going to bring it back to the center again, try and switch fields. When you see them playing that ball over on the left-hand side, if they mount an attack, you can almost guarantee it will come from the right side.
And a good tackle by Earhart clears it away. For Chaminade, we've got a whistle again.
Handball.
Against St. John's. So they'll give it to Chaminade in the red, going right to left. 1-0 the score. Bob Pizzamenti along with brother Gary Gaynor coming to you on the Long Island Sports Network. St. John's sends it ahead. It's a foot race. Getting back to it. Good tackle. Number 6 now coming back is Earhart, and he'll steer it on goal for Donahue. Good play by Bobby Cullen, who's been outstanding on defense.
St. John's is starting to mount an attack, but they are not finishing yet. You'll notice when the ball changes from St. John's offensive ball to Chaminade's offensive ball, there'll be that quick punt, quick pass far downfield.
Donahue punting it, but not that far, and it goes. We have a pushing foul
Against
St. John's, so Chaminade will get it. Earhart will put it back in play. Earhart just inside the circle, as you can see, will be taking the kick. He's a right-footed kicker. In the middle, deflected off the face of Carl Gherkin and into touch. Carl Gherkin, who is a senior. I'll tell you what, Chaminade had 83 goals scored this year. That's a great total of goals.
It certainly is.
83 goals in 18 games. They're not a team that sits on a 1-0 lead by those stats.
Well, their style of play does forces them to bring that ball up the field quickly, but you will see them dropping back into a very heavy stacked defense.
We're talking about Earhart before. Chris Earhart, who is not yet in the game for St. John's, sitting on the bench, is a cousin of John Earhart, number 5 of Chaminade. And St. John's Earhart is a brother of Bill, who played for Adelphi, so we've got a lot of brother and family action this game. Of course, the Pace brothers in the game as well.
There's Maloney again.
PJ, but Maloney was, Donahue rather, was there. There's Donahue. Tim Donahue made the 2 close-in saves just a few moments ago. Shows why he has a 1.10 goals against average. And this time he just kicks it out of play into touch. We'll have a throw-in coming up in midfield.
I think what helps Donahue is having Ken Germano as a coach, who is a former goalkeeper himself.
Yes, Kenny plays.
St. John's mounting an attack.
PJ
Maloney takes this shot.
Blocked and into touch. We've got about 4 minutes left. 4 minutes left in the first half. Kenny played in the American Soccer League on the professional level. There's a pretty young lady watching the game today. And the ball goes over the goal line. And they're going to call a corner kick to St. John's.
Yes, it was deflected by Chaminade.
Jimmy Hill will take it for St. John's on the corner kick. He's a left-footed kicker, so watch for an in-swing either near or far post. John Cole is in the goal to try to block it. They're making no play here, but it's headed just wide, and St. Chaminade almost put it in their own net. John Earhart.
I'm sure Coach Germano's heart was in his mouth on that play.
John Earhart just tried to head it away, and he just missed the post on the near side, so they'll do it again. There's Hill, left-footed kicker. The in-swing far post, and it's headed away by Chaminade. Another shot on goal, over the crossbar, goal kick coming up. We're about 3 minutes or so left in the first half. 1-0 Chaminade leading. 2 40-minute halves here. Natural grass field, of course. And even some dirt. There's the coach, Lucas, who has been outstanding in his career at St. John's.
Tom doesn't look very happy at the moment, though, Bob.
No, he doesn't.
And there's his assistant coach, Bill Byers, standing next to him. Bill has his son, Keith Byers, on St. John's.
He sent 3 All-Americans to college from this school in the past few years. As Tim Donahue chases down the ball, he sent Joe Candler in '76, Billy Vogel in '79, and Dave Kamite in 1980. Kamite presently playing at Adelphi.
He's had some fantastic ball players in the past.
He certainly has, and a lot of that is his tribute. 2 minutes to go in the first half. Just in the years, Brother Gary, from 1975 to 82, he's won 106 games while losing just 7. That's incredible.
It would be nice if you reminded the folks who broke Coach Buklis' 45-game win streak.
I think we just did. Okay, Earhart in the air. Loose in the area now. Chance for St. John's, but cleared away by number 14, John Jokaback.
Chaminade is playing a very tough defense, and St. John's is just not able to get that clean shot off.
We've got a foul against Chaminade here as time is winding down in the first half. We're going to get a yellow card, or at least he picked it out of his pocket. He hasn't held it up yet. I think he was just checking to see if he still had it there.
No, I think he gave the yellow card.
Oh, he's going over to the sideline. We'll try to pick up who that yellow card was against. There's Ken Germano waiting for the bad news.
You know, the rule on that has changed, that a referee just has to show the yellow card and inform the coach and inform the official scorekeeper. No longer do they have to hold the yellow card over the player's head who is receiving it.
Yeah, don't worry, this is starting right.
Okay, so now the yellow card has been issued against Chaminade. They're setting up the wall. And now we'll have a free kick coming up for St. John's, trailing by a goal. They'd love dearly to get one here and go into the locker room with momentum. Here's a long ball, but it sails over the goal. Goal kick coming up.
That was a strong kick. Unfortunately, he's not able to get it down.
Okay, we're going to have a goal kick for Donahue. Time winding down. We've got a little over a minute to go.
We'll see St. John's trying to keep the ball into their offensive half of the field, and we'll see Chaminade try and go for another quick goal. Chaminade would love to get another quick goal and go into that locker room 2-0.
Nothing like that goal in the final minute. Here's pace, but again, a good tackle by Bob Cullen. I'd have to say, on defense, he's been the most outstanding player so far. Just making good tackles. There he is again, clearing the ball out, and he's very
there
steady
where they
there.
need them.
Break for Chaminade here. Can they get control? No, they can't. Look out. P.J. Maloney was camped right there, but Donahue all over it. He was there to make the save.
That's right. P.J.'s been hustling all day long.
He's going to get himself a goal today. You can see he's right in the right position. Aggressive
That ball
player.
had been crossed out a little bit further.
Header. Maloney chases it. There he is, P.J. against Chekovac.
Maloney tried a heel pass. He tried to heel it over Chaminade's head.
30 seconds to go in the half. shot goes through a maze of players, and it's easily handled by Donahue.
Chaminade was starting to pull the fullback trap on that one, and St. John's had to keep their forwards from going off sides. When they passed the ball through, there was nobody there to receive the ball, and went right to Donahue, the goalie.
That's the end of the first half with the score. Chaminade 1 and St. John the Baptist nothing. We're going to be back with more when we return right after this. You're watching the Long Island Sports Network.
I never ran before I came to Adelphi. It's funny, but now I can't imagine myself not doing it.